Welcome back to The Colonel Does Novus Inceptio. So, if you were observant, I am now playing in Alpha 008011. Previous version that we were playing was 08005. Unfortunately, that version had a bug in it that prevented me from chopping trees down. So, what would happen is I would be chopping some trees like down there, and unfortunately, what would happen is I would save the game, and then when I went back in, I could no longer chop the trees down. So it was like I was chopping them, kind of like that deer right there. You could hear the chopping, you could hear the tree actually falling, but the tree stood there and it would not go away. So unfortunately, I kind of screwed up my save, so I had to start over. And it just so happens that in the last few days, May 19th and May 22nd, the developers released 8010 and 8011, and some of the changes that were in this new update is that, as you can see, there is no anomaly here at the spawn tower, and there is no there's no chest. So the benefit of the chest was really to get blueprints and stuff, but the blueprints, most of the common ones are you already have the ability to craft now. And I think that was something that they put into 8005, but we never really saw it because we started our game earlier than that. So what happened is you now have the ability to craft a bunch of stuff right off the bat, as long as you have the materials, and you don't have to find the blueprints. I guess the explanation for the removal of the anomaly is that they're preparing for, I guess, a tutorial quest or something, which would involve an anomaly, I guess. Or maybe you would go through the tutorial when you first start the games instead of spawning up in the platform here. So some stuff going on. Give me 1 second. I need to clear my throat. There we go. All better. Okay, so some of the other things that were in this update is that the crafting ability is, well, maybe not the crafting ability, but foraging and stuff, like picking the resin, the bark, and the branches, as we can see on the screen here. A lot of this is now sped up. So if we go to this, you can see it's going really quick now. Before, it would be a lot slower. So there have been some sound and display corrections. There's apparently a 5% FPS boost. As you can see in the top right, I'm recording in 1080p now, and I'm getting about 40 frames per second. I think it improves or gets worse. I mean, I can get better frames, but I'm also on max settings too, so take that with a grain of salt. Okay, what else we got here? So the crafting ingredients, when you're going into the crafting, it also has some tool tips that have been added. It is possible to click on the required crafting ingredients directly in the production recipe. So if it's a manufacturing ingredient, and it can be manufactured in the same manufacturing window. So I think when you click on it, it'll actually bring you to it, so you don't have to keep searching through the crafting menu. So if we go through crafting, like if we go to the shaft, let's say, actually, let's go to the handle. No, let's not go to the handle. To the rope, maybe? The hook? I need something. This guy needs more than one ingredient. I guess the rope. Like, see there. So if you click on the thread, it brings up the two fiber to make the thread. So before, you couldn't do that. You actually had to go back up here, go back to the parts, search for the thread, and go and do it that way. So now you can click directly on it, it goes right to it. So that's kind of cool. There's been some improvements to the crafting interface, and we touched on the action reduction times for a bunch of things, including the tree felling and log cutting, which is great because that was taking a long time. We also have some farming improvements. If any of you are playing and gotten into the farming yet, unfortunately we haven't because we had to start over, but we will be getting into that soon. The field now returns more crops, so you actually get more return on your farmland, and you also get so any positive action reduces the time to harvest. So anything to reduce the time is a good improvement by me. There's an indicator to tell you when the farmland or the crop or whatever it is that you're trying to grow, when that has finished growing and it's ready for harvest. So that is an indicator. There's been a bunch of bug fixes. So if ever you had started the game again, so you may have noticed. I need my cursor, man. There we go. So if you ever notice when you load up game from, you save it, you go away, you log out, you come back in like a couple of days later, you sometimes notice that your tools disappear from the menu, the bar here. So it seemed to be random. I think they fixed it because I haven't seen any problems since the fix. I've gone back in and come out a couple times, and everything looks to be okay. Obviously, we have to craft everything again, but that's not a big deal. We can deal with that. There has been a let's see, basically a bunch of translation fixes, a bunch of animation fixes, some sound problems that were fixed. And wrong minimum value in the mouse sensitivity. I think I had that problem. My mouse seemed to kind of reset itself, and the minimum sensitivity just was really sensitive. So I think everything as far as that goes has been fixed. So there's been a lot of improvements. I'm going to link to the update page in the description below. So that'll give you kind of an idea of some of the specifics of things that were updated. But it's looking pretty good. They're obviously doing a lot more development on it. And updates are coming more frequent now. I think they kind of took a little bit of a break, which is fine. Everybody needs to recharge their batteries at some point. So looking forward to some more updates. And we're going to get back into some more episodes here, doing some tutorial things to kind of show you how to do the stuff that for those of you who are new to the game. And yeah, hopefully enjoyed. If you have any comments or suggestions, please feel free to leave them below. And until next episode, please do take care. Okay, forgive the darkness, but thought this was worth showing. So I've been working for a while, just trying to get things back to where I was before I ran into the tree felling bug. It seems as though it's carried over into 8011 alpha release. So there are some trees, I don't know what causes it, but I haven't saved the game. I just started foraging, and you can probably not see anything because it's so dark. But like the first tree I tried to fell, it wouldn't. It sounded like it did, but it didn't. And then when I went over to another section and tried to knock the tree down, it would. So I was able to at least proceed with that in the game. So I got a bunch of wood, and it looks as though the campfire inventory, not inventory, but the campfire kind of GUI thing, the little menu has changed a bit. So there is no more inventory with the campfire. So what you can do is you can, if there's any ash, you can pick it. Oh wow, there's a lot of it. Really a lot of it. Holy crap. Okay. I can hit escape and stop it, which is great. So there's 3 left, I guess. Now, if we want to increase the burn rate, so you can see, let's pull up the inventory here. There we go. So you can see down at the bottom here, or actually it's a roaming tooltip. That's kind of cool. So it says the campfire has got 7 minutes and 28 seconds left on it. So what you can do is you can hit H to burn, and this will consume any wood that you have. In this case, all of my wood is in the A2A, so it will look in the A2A. So, and I think it assumes you're going to put the wood in the A2A because by default, pretty much any heavy items go directly into your robot inventory. It doesn't go into yours, so you don't get bogged down as quick. So you can hit H, and it will do just a quick crafting thing. Actually, what does it say there? Action pro blah 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 blah. Doesn't really matter. It's more of a game debug thing, I think. So it adds like 2 minutes, I think, per log. Looks like. Oh, wait a minute. What? This is using my, wait a minute. Why is this using the fur? I don't want it to use the fur. I want it to use the logs. Why is it going there? I wanted to move in the left. Dang it. Let's see, what is it using? It's using bark now. Okay. So why is it not using logs? I would prefer for it to use logs. I mean, I guess the logs are for building? I don't know. It's kind of weird. I don't know why it's using the branches and the barks. I guess the branches kind of make sense. Many uses other than production and other production. Among the basic things include initial kindling, shaft, and many others. Okay, I've used it for kindling. To logically attach to the fireplace. I'm thinking that might just be a language thing. Alright, so it uses the branches and the bark. That's fine. So we got 21 minutes left on it, and then obviously the crafting menu hasn't changed. You can still make your stuff, the cooked meat and the mushrooms, which I've been doing. So that's kind of cool. One of the other updates in this part of the game for 011 is the fishing. Fishing is now, they're calling it a mini game. I personally think it's not that good of a game, but so what'll happen is you see the crafting bar there. So once it gets there, you gotta hit space in the green and then hit SA. This seems like a really annoying mechanic, to be honest. I mean, you can do this really quick. I don't know if I'm supposed to be hitting for the white line, or if I'm supposed to be hitting for any part in the green. And again, it doesn't matter how fast I go. I mean, I could get 2 algas instead of trout when I really want trout. I was getting better results, I think, in earlier version. So that wasn't bad. I got a blueprint and an ancient crystal. I don't know. I'm still not sold on this, because I mean, if I'm going to be fishing and just kind of sitting here for 20 minutes or so just to kind of get food, I don't want to have to be bothered with, you know, typing a bunch of extra keys. I just want to be able to hit fish and just have random chance tell me what I'm going to get. This is just kind of annoying. I mean, it wouldn't be so bad, I guess, if the stuff that I got was consistently better. I mean, for having to type in 4 letters, and all I get is, like, trout and alga, I don't know. I mean, personally, I think if I'm going to be doing this, I would rather, I don't know, as I say, I don't have a problem doing it, but I'd rather get something for it, rather than just what the old mechanic was. Yeah, anyway, okay, escape, break out of that. So that was a couple of the other changes that were in this version. I think that's about it, though. Again, a lot of the other stuff was just like translation changes, fixes, and things like that. And the farming, which we haven't got into yet, which we will get into shortly. But I need to figure out the farming first. So hopefully you enjoyed. If you have any comments or suggestions, please feel free to leave them below. And until next episode, please do take care.